Hello, I'm Erin Shaughnessy and you're watching Apprentice Effects. In the United States, we live in something called a democracy. A democracy, by definition, is a form of government in which the supreme power is vested in the people and exercised directly by them or their elected agents under a free electoral system. In other words, it is government by the people for the people. Citizens living under a democracy have the luxury to have a say in what happens in their towns, state, and countrywide. You can exercise this right by voting. When you vote for something, you are using your voice as an American citizen. It's your opportunity to be heard, to hold elected officials accountable for their decisions, and to have a say in important issues that affect your community. On election day, every vote matters. Unfortunately, not everyone exercises this right. As a matter of fact, of the 206,072,000 American citizens who are eligible to vote, roughly 60 million are not registered voters, and now it's really beginning to show. For the past 3 decades, voters have been disproportionately of higher income, older, or more partisan in their interests. Parallel to participation gaps are widening gaps in wealth, reduced opportunity for youth, and frustration with the polarization in politics. In plain English, this means that the younger crowd in the United States are getting the short end of the stick when it comes to things that directly affect them. Imagine that a proposed budget for the school year is on the table. A budget cut has been proposed to limit arts education because some feel that it is not necessary for kids to learn about things like music and painting in school because they aren't practical. The only people to show up to vote are wealthier people who no longer have children or family in the school system and believe that the money that goes to the arts programs would be better suited somewhere else. Now the arts programs have been cut, students no longer have programs to teach them anything other than mandatory courses, and teachers who have worked their whole lives to get where they are now out of a job. Everyone suffers because no one came out to vote and show their support. One way to fix this issue is by making voting compulsory, a system in which electors are obliged to vote in elections or attend a polling place on voting day. Australia uses a compulsory voting system where it is required to register and vote. According to AEC.gov, after each election, the AEC will send a letter to all apparent non-voters requesting that they either provide a valid and sufficient reason for failing to vote or pay a $20 penalty. If within the time period specified on the notice you fail to reply, cannot provide a valid and sufficient reason, or decline to pay the $20 penalty, then the matter may be referred to a court. If the matter is dealt with in court and you are found guilty, you may be fined up to $170 plus court costs, and a criminal conviction may be recorded against you. In order to avoid having to enact a compulsory voting system where you will have to pay fines in the future, we strongly urge you to go out and exercise your right to vote for all elections, and not just the big ones like the presidential election. By doing this, you have a say in what goes on now and in the future in your community, your country, and in your life. This has been Erin Shaughnessy, and thank you for watching. Check back for more from Apprentice Effects. You're using your voice as a